Okay, so the first common paste option is to paste data as is. Right, so let's just set a quick example up. So I'm going to put 25 and 25, and I'm going to do the sum of these two. Right, and then I'm going to add a border to this cell. Okay, now I want to copy this cell into this one here, L18. Right, so how do we copy a cell? Okay, well, there are several ways to do it, and we're going to, throughout the examples, use combinations of these ways just to get you familiar with them. So, in the first instance, to copy this cell, we click on the cell, then right-click, and we go up here to copy. Now, we've got cut, but we don't want to move the data, and we've got copy here, and we've got paste options, but it's grayed out at the moment. Now, the reason it's grayed out is because we actually haven't got anything in the computer's memory to actually paste at the moment. So once we actually put something in the computer's memory to paste over, the grayed out option will disappear and we'll be able to click on it and select what type of paste option we want. Right, so we click copy. Okay, now I'm just going to click here just to show you that when you do copy something over, you get this little animation popping up around our copied area. And this is just to indicate to you that you've copied something. Okay, so I'm going to head over to L18. I'm going to right click. As you can see, we've got some paste options now which we can choose. Now, for this example, we're going to choose this one, paste, because this will paste as is. So everything will get copied over. So the formatting and the value and formulas. However, it's important to point out the value we've got of 50 is actually derived from the formula. So that's something to keep in mind, because when we paste the cell, you'll see that we'll actually get an answer of 0. There. So you can see immediately that we've got an answer of 0. And we've also got our black formatting which carried over. Now, we've still got this little animation running, so to actually cancel it, just press escape, and the animation disappears. So you can see our black bordering is precise, our formula, sum G18 to G19, because the formula is actually relative in terms of its references, when you copy it over to here, these two cells, which make up the sum, have shifted to here, the actual positioning. So our sum formula is basically going to say, give me a sum of this and that. And just to show you what I mean, if I click into here and press F2, you can see that K18 and K19 are our selected sum areas. So basically over here we had these two. Because it's relative, it shifted over. And as a result, because there's nothing in K18 or K19, we get 0. Right, so that's how you paste as is. Now, just a quick note here, folks. These two cells are not linked. So if I change this cell, for example, to 40, let's say I disregard our formula of sum, you can see that this cell here hasn't updated because we just pasted the formula over. We didn't create any sort of link back to the original cell. Okay, so I'm just going to undo that to get it back to our formula. So that's how you paste as is. Right. Let's look at our second paste option, which is quite useful. Pasting as values. So this option will only copy over values and disregard any formula and formatting in your original source cells. Now you can enable the formatting if you want later on, and we will go through how to do that. So let's say I wanted to copy this cell and paste it into this cell, but as values. Okay, so where previously we used the mouse to copy, this time we'll use our keyboard shortcut. So if you press Ctrl and C, you can see we get the same animation come up, which indicates that the data has been copied. So let's head on over to this cell. Now to paste as values, we right click. Now we go to this option here. So you got this little clipboard and 1, 2, 3. Then we click this, there. As you can see, we've got the value of 50. We've got no black border formatting and just the plain pure value. So that's how you paste as values. Now, let's see how we can paste as values but keep our formatting. So I'm just going to delete this. Right. Now if I go back and copy, then go back here, right click. Now you go into paste special. So this basically gives you all the different types of pastes that you can do. Now what we're interested in is to paste as values. So we go on over to this bit here and we select this option here, values and source formatting. There. You see that? We've got our 50 value, and just to double check, there's no formula here. And we've also got our black bordering, which was basically the source formatting, which we had here. So that's how you paste as values with formatting. Okay, so let's look at our third paste option, how to paste as a picture. Okay, so why would you want to copy data and then paste it as a picture? Well, the number one reason is sometimes you just want to send something where it can't be edited or tampered with. Or sometimes you just want to send a snippet of information, for example, in an email. And it's much easier to paste data as a picture because there's nothing you have to do in terms of make sure that, formulas are in place or values are in place because it's a picture. There's nothing you can actually change. So how do you do it? Right. Well, let's say we want to copy this table over and paste it as a picture. So all you do, right click, go to copy. Okay, so I'm going to select this cell because I want our picture to go here. So right click, you go to paste special, then you go down to this option here, picture, there. And that's our picture. And you can see it's a picture because we can actually select it and manipulate it exactly like we can in other pictures in Microsoft Excel when you insert them. So we could change the orientation, we can change the size. So that's how you do it. Okay, let's look at number 4, paste as formula. Now this is literally like pasting as values, except it will paste the formula over and disregard the formatting. So to show you what I mean, if I copy this, and let's say I want to paste it into this cell here as a formula. So I right click, go to this option here, click it, and you can see we've got 0 because our formula has carried over, and because it's relative, it's shifted to these two cells here, the sum. But what's more important is no formatting has been carried over, so our black border hasn't gone over. So that's how you paste this formula. Okay, paste transpose. Now this is really cool. This basically enables you to take data from one orientation and paste it to another orientation. So if you select all your data, right click and then copy it, and then find a location where you want to paste it. So let's say we want to go here, right click and go to this option here, transpose. There. You can see that your data has been transposed across. So we've got 24 here, 52, 51, and so forth, and it goes across. And similarly, you can do this vice versa. So if I select all this data again, copy it, and let's say I want to transpose it here into a column. So right click, go to transpose, there you go. Now Excel will basically just reverse whatever you want. So if you've got data in a column, it will, when you transpose it, do it as row and vice versa. So that's how you paste transpose. Okay, so now we've got our last paste option, which is paste link. So this basically creates a link to your original source data. Now the benefit of this is that if you update your source data, your linked cell will update as well. So just to show you what I mean by that, if I go to this cell here and just do the sum of these two, right? Now I want to create a link from this to this, right? So click over, go to copy, then right click and go to this option here, paste link. There. Now you can see it says 48. Now let's go to our formula bar and you can see that we've got a reference that's been created. So now if I change this, then this will update as well. So just to give you an example, I'm going to get rid of the formula and just put another number in. So let's say I put 80. There. You see that? This updates as well. So that's quite a useful way of separating your actual calculation sheet and having another sheet which just has links to all your end results, because it actually makes the sheet a bit more cleaner when you separate things out and don't mix and match everything in one sheet. Okay, so we've covered 6 of the most useful paste operations. Now what we're going to do is go through a couple more examples just to make you a bit more familiar with it and get really 100% comfortable with these cut, copy and paste operations. And then of course at the end of the section you'll have your tasks to do, and so you can work on that. So thank you for listening and watching, and I will see you in the next lecture.